Welcome everyone to Just Think About It. I am so excited to be back in the studio to be able to share with you, share the Word of God as we grow together. So I welcome you today. Thank you for being a part of this growth process for all of us. Our word today is a word that's very familiar to you. It's believe. Our word today is believe, and what we're hoping to do is to show you this close relationship between belief and faith by using what we call the method of etymology, which is word study. So we're going to go quickly to Mark 23. We're going to be purposely using the King James translation because of the word study that we want to do. So in Mark 9:23, it says, Jesus said unto him, if thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. Jesus said unto him, if thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. John 3:16, very familiar to many of us who have been saved for a length of time. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. And then there's Romans 10:17. So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. Why are we looking at it that way? Because there is such a unique correlation between belief and faith, because they both involve trusting, they both involve conviction. But here's what I want you to get. Let's look at Romans. It says, so then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. In this verse, the word faith is the word, or the Greek word, pistis. It's a noun. Now listen to the verse itself. So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. Do you notice that faith is something? Because a noun is a person, place, or thing. So in Romans 10:17, he talks about a thing. He says, now faith, something, faith. It's a conviction. It's an inner conviction that we have. Faith is. But I want you to be clear on how it's tied to belief and how they interact. So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. Now, let's look at John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. This word believe comes from a singular word, pisteuo, but it's the verb. They both involve conviction and trust, a tremendous confidence. But watch this. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, so that whoever believeth does something. So now we're talking about pisteuo, which is the verb. Okay. It's not real hard. Now watch. In Mark 9:23, Jesus says unto him, if thou canst believe, do something. If thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. I want you to see the relationship between faith and belief. Faith is the Greek word pistis. Believing is pisteuo, which is the verb, which means that believing is the doing part of faith. Believing is the doing. Faith is not something you do. Faith is something you have. The doing part of faith is belief. Believing, that's the action that connotes your faith. the doing, the believing, the trusting in God, the acting out the confidence that you have in God. You just can't simply say, I have faith that has no doing. Faith doesn't do anything. Faith is something. It's the believing that's the doing of the faith that you profess to have. So when we talk about believing, we're talking about a manifestation of what you profess in your faith. It is the doing, the pistuo, which manifests the pistis, the faith. It's not enough to just to intellectually promulgate your faith and say, oh, I've got faith. Belief is the doing of your faith. And when you're ready to make it work and ready to manifest it, I tell you, your faith will be something to behold. I just want you to think about it.